here with Derek R.J. Borne, the author and writer of the Ultimate Agent series, and this is his third book. Just came out a little while ago.
Yeah, just back in February. I'm excited that it's finally out. And this is Ben Jeles. He's the #1 fan of the series. He's been a proud supporter of the last few years, and I'm glad you enjoyed the books.
Thank you. Okay, so let's start off with some questions. So could you tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe some background?
Yeah, I was first born in Hamilton, and I came to Paris, Ontario, when I was really young. That's Canada, by the way, not France. And I basically grew up in a normal family, as normal can be. And I have a lot of nationalities in my background. I've got Italian, German, Scottish, Irish. I'm just a mutt. So.
Okay, so would you say you've been writing since a young kid?
Since I was really young, not writing so much. I did more talking into a recorder. My mom bought me one. It had the flip to A, B sides on a tape kind of thing, kind of before your time. But I used to tell my own stories. Loved Robert Munsch. Used to retell his stories. I know you probably remember Robert Munsch a little bit.
A couple stories.
Paper Bag Princess. Yeah. So, but yeah, I enjoyed telling stories at a very young age, and writing came a bit later.
So, is there any other authors other than Robert Munsch that you really looked up to?
Nowadays, I would say Michael Crichton definitely has been an excellent author that I've loved reading his stuff. It's sad that he's gone now, but I really enjoyed Jurassic Park, and also the book Prey. I know you love Prey as well. We've been saying that it needs to become a movie. Steven Spielberg, we're talking to you. And Timeline, things like that. Especially the books I found were a lot better than the movies. And Jeffrey Archer is another one. Wrote Paths of Glory, about the first man to ever climb Mount Everest. It's actually the only book that's ever made me cry. But other than that, I think those are two of the biggest authors I look up to.
So when did you really come up with the idea?
I was in grade 8. I was about 14 years old. So that's about the time when it kind of came into my mind.
So what really inspired you to write the book?
I always liked superheroes, superpowers, spies. With all the movies that have been coming out the last few years, I kind of knew that superheroes were going to become the next big thing. Of course, when I was 14, that was about over 10 years ago, and now it's just exploding onto the scene. But I was talking to a friend and got saying, well, wouldn't it be cool if it was a spy that was a superhero, or a superhero that was a spy, kind of meld the two worlds together. And The Ultimate Agent came as the title, and then everything just kind of came to my mind and went from there.
Yeah. So we know you have your third book right here.
Yep.
And could you give us an idea of what the third book is really about?
So it picks up right after the second book, the events at the very end, with the death of a certain character. I won't say who, due to spoilers. But it kind of takes the characters and really takes them to more of an emotional point in their lives with the said death of a certain person. And it kind of pushes them to their limits, how they react to it, their relationships change in some parts. And I've always liked Joss Whedon with the stuff that he's been doing. He's a great storyteller, and he always says one of the best things to do with your characters is to put them through heck, which is basically what the third book does. But there's also some flashbacks. I don't know if you've gotten to that part yet, but it kind of explains what happens to one of the characters back before the events of even the first book, I should say, and just kind of adds more to the character. So it's a bit of a prequel and a sequel.
So would you say you're going to continue your writing career? Maybe start making a fourth book?
I wasn't sure if I was going to in the beginning. When I was doing more editing on the third book, getting it ready for publishing, I had an idea pop in my head, and I kind of added it to the end of the third book, just to kind of give me the leeway of if I wanted to go and do more, I could. So I have been writing the fourth book. I'm about 3-4 chapters into it. Takes place a bit more into the future after the third book, so it's coming along. Yeah.
Okay.
And no, this isn't just an interview for me. I was gonna ask you a couple questions too.
Okay.
Especially, what do you enjoy about the series, about the books I've written?
Well, like you said, it has to do with superheroes and spies, and really, as a young person, I like those things, and your book really does it well to just mesh those together, and it does it in a way that's enjoyable to read, and that's what I'd say is my favorite part of the book.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, well, who's your favorite character?
I like Brett.
Yeah, you like Brett?
Mm.
Brett is the scientist spy partner of the team, so for all those readers out there that don't know. But just thought I'd also say at the end of this, just wanted to remind everyone that the third book is out now. You can go to my website, www.derekborne.com/weebly.com, sorry, and I'll put some more links in the comments, and yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, thanks for doing this interview with me, and thank you.
Thank you. Testing 1 2 3. Testing.
Testing. Ultimate agent interview. Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna say. So bad at this.
Gag reel.
Thank you. Okay, so I think I'll start off with some questions.
Sure.
So could you tell us a little bit about yourself? Maybe your background.
Yeah, I was born in Hamilton originally. Came to Paris, Ontario. That's Canada, by the way, not France. And I don't live here with a private jet or anything. But I'm just gonna not say.
Asking some questions.
Sure.
So can you tell us a little bit about yourself and maybe your background?
Sure. I was originally born in Hamilton. I came to Paris, Ontario, Canada. That's France, by the way. That's France.